My grandfather has played a big role in my life. He has always encouraged me to play as many sports as possible and has gone to all of my games for each sport. He even went to Florida to see my football team play back in 8th grade. He has went to see me twice in Florida for baseball, and he has always traveled wherever my teams went. He had to work hard all of his life to provide for his family. He started from the bottom, and now he's making sure that I don't have to. Where were you born and in what year?
I was born May 21st, 1940, and I was born in a little town in Calabria, Italy, called Cosenza.
Did you go to school in Italy?
Yes, I went to school till I think it was the fifth grade.
All right. When did you move to America?
I came to this country in 1952 by boat. It took us 9 days from Rome to New York.
How much money did it cost to go on the boat?
I have no idea.
What did you bring to America?
What I had on me, nothing. Just the clothes I had on me.
Why didn't you and your family stay in New York City?
Because I came to Worcester, and I had an uncle that lived in Worcester, and we stayed with them. It was me, my brother, who was 14 at the time. I was 12, he was 14, and my mother. My mother was born here, and because my brother and I were under 16, since your mother's born in this country, you're automatically a citizen of this country. But if you're over 17, see, I had a sister, and she was 17, and her and my father couldn't come. They had to wait about a year and a half for all the paperwork. So my mother, which was born here, my brother and myself came in 1952.
How did you learn English?
When I got here, they sent me to a school they call Lematine Street Grammar School.
How did you and your family make money to buy a house?
Well, to be honest with you, we didn't have any money. We lived with my uncle for about 5 or 6 months. Then my mother finally rented a place on Wall Street for the three of us, and my mother went to work, and I went to school. We lived there for 3 or 4 years before my father came. Then my father came, and he went to work.
What sports did you play?
Well, to be honest with you, where I was born, I never even saw a ball, any kind of ball. You know, baseball, basketball, baseball. You know, this was way up in the mountains. We didn't have no television, no running water. I never even saw any kind of balls in my life until I got here. I didn't know what a baseball was, a basketball, a football, or anything, you know. In Italy, we used to play with stones because we didn't have anything. We used to live, we used to eat whatever we planted in the garden. We used to have big gardens, and we used to plant everything. Then we preserve it. My mother used to can everything. And that's what we used to eat.
How well did you know your grandfather?
Well, my grandfather, when my grandmother died. My mother's mother died when my mother was 4. So my grandfather came from the old country, came from Italy, so he returned back to Italy. And my mother stayed there until she was, I don't know, 30-something. Then she came back over there after she married.
And how was the bond with your father?
I was what?
How was the bond with your father?
Oh, great. You know, my family, you know how close I am with you and your father and your brother. Very close. We're very close.
Most people don't see their grandparents very often. Some people see them at holidays or a couple times a month. I see my grandparents a few times every week. He is the reason for me being who I am today. He has always taught me the difference between right and wrong. He always says to treat people the way you want to be treated, and I always try to follow that rule. He always preaches family is everything, and they are the people you can trust your whole life. Whenever he has given me advice about anything, or has tried to predict anything, he is always right. He may repeat it 100 times, but he isn't wrong.